Hey guys, it's RLC-810A here, bringing you a new video. So today we are going to compare the three versions of the RLC-810A 4K 8 megapixel bullet camera by Reolink. So a while back we did a video on the original RLC-810A, which is a 4mm lens, but they've come out with two other versions. One with a 2.8mm lens and one with a 6mm lens to kind of give you a variety of choices for this particular camera. And we're going to take a look at all those options and see what we can do with it. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see here, you can pick these cameras up on the Reolink website. Basically, when you go to purchase the 810A, then you can choose from the various lens options and decide which one you want. The version with the 2.8mm lens is going to give you the widest field of view, and it's a little bit more expensive than the others, running at about $72, $73. The original camera, which is a 4mm lens, and the newer 6mm lens both run for about $67, $68. Now, one thing I will note, you can purchase this camera on Amazon's website, but I don't see a way to choose which lens option you want. So I think you're only going to get the original 4mm lens option. So if you're looking for one of those newer versions, you're going to want to order it straight from Reolink.
All right, so let's do a quick run through of everything we're going to cover in this video. So we will do a quick unboxing of the cameras and just kind of show you what all you get. After that, I'll kind of go through the install. We have the original video that is linked up at the top, but I'll do a quick install to kind of show you, at least give you an idea of what that looks like. After that, I'm just going to dive right into the comparison. And then lastly, I will give you my final thoughts. So let's get started. In the top corner, you can see the original unboxing clip. And then, of course, down at the bottom are the two newer versions of the 810A. So all the packaging is pretty much identical in all three boxes. In fact, there is nothing on the box that even says what version of the camera lens that you're getting. So it's kind of strange. But inside the boxes, everything's pretty much the same. You get the instructions and the mounting templates there, right there on top. Along with, of course, a network cable and that waterproof bracket for your, for those outdoor installations. And then other than that, you get the camera. The top video has that 4mm lens camera, and then on the bottom right is the 2.8mm lens cam. And then there in the middle is the 6mm lens, and you can kind of see on the newer versions, they put that number there on the front underneath the lens, 2.8mm and the 6mm. But that's basically all you get in the box. Like I said, everything was the same across all the models. So going over the specs, pretty much all the specs are going to be the same for all three models as well. They all have two-way audio. They all have the 8 megapixel 4K as far as their video quality. They are standard PoE. If you're using the network cable for power, or 12 volt external power. They have micro SD card slot that will hold up to 256 gigs worth of local storage. The only real difference on these cameras, of course, is the lens size, which will also, of course, affect the viewing area. So the 2.8 millimeter field of view is 101 on the horizontal viewing area, which will be the largest of the three. The original 4 millimeter camera has 87 degrees horizontal viewing area, and then the 6 millimeter has the smallest area with 53 degree horizontal viewing area. That's about it on the specs. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll kind of go through an install. Alright, so just going through what the install might look like. So I'm going to test these cameras on the front of my house. It'll give us a nice viewing area to look at. I'm currently have a LaView camera in there, as you can see here. So we're going to pull that one out. And here you can see the cables laying down. We got the camera pulled out, so we're ready to install the new Reolink camera. And then, of course, here in the last clip, here is the Reolink camera installed. Pretty easy to install. The next step, of course, is getting it added into the app. So this is a clip from the original install of the camera in the Reolink app, but it's super easy to do. In fact, as soon as you get those Reolink cameras on the network, the Reolink app should pick it up almost immediately. And basically all we have to do is give it a password if you haven't already done that, and then you're basically connected into the camera. You'd be able to give it a name if you wanted to, but other than that, it's in the Reolink app and you're ready to go. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll basically just take a look at comparing all the video feeds and everything from these cameras. Okay, so let's dive right into the comparison here. The first clip is the original camera, which is the 4 millimeter. I have that original video linked in the top corner if you want to see the original product review for this video, but you can see the viewing area is pretty good. This was a good camera. I really liked the 4 millimeter bullet cam. But when you move to that 6 millimeter lens version, you can see the area is much smaller. So it does look like the video is a little clearer, which I'm kind of surprised. They're all 4K. But it's kind of zoomed into a smaller area and it looks really nice and clear. And then of course on that 2.8 millimeter lens, you get the crazy big viewing area, way bigger than even the 4 millimeter lens. I really like this one. And here they are at night as well. So the 4 millimeter camera has a pretty good viewing angle. Even at night, looks pretty good. I will say that nighttime viewing on the 6 millimeter viewing area is definitely a lot clearer and easier to see than the other two. Then of course, lastly, you got the 2.8 millimeter with that large viewing area. Still very dark. Kind of similar to that 4 millimeter compared to the 6 millimeter version, which of course was a lot clearer. Let's move on to the last step and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so the RLC-810A. Several very nice options available for you. The 2.8 millimeter lens version is a little bit more expensive than the others with that wider viewing angle. I think the 2.8 millimeter version was $72 and the other two were about $68. I will remind you, I didn't see a way to order the different lens options if you were ordering on Amazon. So if you were looking for one of the other versions other than that 4 millimeter version, you will probably want to head over to Reolink's website. So choosing a version of this camera is really going to depend on your situation. I think all three of these cameras are great. If you're really needing to cover a large area, then I would go with that 2.8 millimeter option. I think it's worth the extra $5, and it's definitely the one that I choose. But if you have a smaller area to cover and you really want that clear picture at night, then that 6 millimeter is probably going to be the way you want to go. As always, Reolink has tons of cameras to choose from. I mean, tons of cameras. So if this one doesn't interest you, head over to Reolink's website. I'll have the link in the description below and check out all the other cameras that they have to offer.
I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee link. Every little bit helps. If you haven't had a chance, head over to my spring merchandise page and check out all the Burns home automation merchandise. And if you're looking for new smart home gear, check out Smonet. I'll have a link in the description below. Head over to their website. They have tons of smart home products for you to check out. If you're interested in buying and selling stock or maybe cryptocurrency, check out Robinhood. I'll have a link in the description below for that as well. If you sign up with that link, you and I both will get a free share of stock. It's a win-win for both of us. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around.